Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, that was a hell of a thing, wasn't it? So, it was a disaster, all around. So hopefully I aim to not do that in this episode. But to summarize, we kind of figured out how Nekomaru died, which was he was suspended from the doorknob, fell, hit his head, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So, in this one, I get the feeling that one thing that's going to be brought up is the discrepancy between the alarm clock went off and the time that everyone thought happened, and I guess really that's about all I can see becoming an issue at this point. So, when Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with a pillar. Isn't that it? Finally, the pillar! So, that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place. See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that would lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m., and if we map it out from there.
Hold on, baby gangster.
Stop calling me baby the gangster.
What'd you say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning. Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before 7:30 alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7 a.m.?
That's what I want to know. Another mystery I don't understand? Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Alright, I'm almost wondering if we're getting close to the end. It kind of feels like it. So, the wall clock, the radio clock would be pretty good too. The elevator won't have anything to do with it. So what do we got here? We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m. I am certain. But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m. Nekomaru died because of the alarm, right?
His time of death and the time of the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. I can counter that. That's gotta be it. Nope, that's the one I definitely gotta hit with the radio clock. It's gotta be. There's just no doubt in my mind about that particular instance. So that was way near the end. So we'll just flip on through here without caring too much about what's going on. And here we go, right? Just go for it. Haha! And honestly, I still have no idea what's going on with why my life meter is full. That is super weird to me. And it's hard to do... honestly, it's kind of hard to do research into that type of thing because there's always a chance of spoiling yourself on stuff like this. So I tried looking for like I tried looking for like influence gauge bug or influence gauge suddenly refilled, all sorts of searches, but I wasn't able to find anything in the general headlines. A lot of it came back to these are the skills that you need to do in order to refill your life gauge or whatever. So I have no idea what happened there, and I doubt I ever will. No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with. So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock? Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside the Great Palace? No, I checked all clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all clocks had the same time displayed. If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt the human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then, maybe it's a misunderstanding.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food. This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? I hope it's not Hangman's Gambit. Perhaps I've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. No, this sounds like Logic Dive. Okay, good. I might be able to do this. But I do get a little nervous because now things are starting to pop up on their own. And it's not... It catches me off guard. Especially when stuff like this is happening. Okay, so... No, that's an auto jump. That's not an auto jump. That's an auto jump. Okay, so the question should be coming here pretty soon. At least I hope it is. Right? Okay, question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Where the time in the building? Because we know where the murder hid, and we know... Well, we don't misunderstand who the killer is because we don't know who it is at this point. Straightforward enough. As long as I take the time to read it. Okay, so... It's just... At this point, it's just narrow walkways, which... Okay. I haven't done that before. That's different. Wow. Oh no! Oh man, they send you all the way back to the beginning. Bummer. I thought I had made that jump. Okay, guess not. This may be an issue. Hopefully it isn't. Hopefully it isn't. Okay, come on now. Oh god, come on. Okay, good. I think that must have been it. There we go. There's our question. Question 2 is, which clock was tampered with? The building's clocks. It's gotta be because you can't tamper with Nekomaru. You just can't do it. This is going to lead us to the fact that the killer could go between both houses. Right? Yeah. Yeah, this is going to lead to the fact that the killer could tamper with both houses. Okay, here we go. Now we've got our obstacles in the way again. And we've got jump. Wow, these things get pretty fancy, don't they? Okay, question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. Because Fuyuhiko found that they were both the same. And this... Okay, yeah, absolutely. This leads to the big reveal that, oh my god, the killer could go between both houses, blah blah blah. So that one wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. I did fall once, but that's just because I'm apparently bad at action? Who knows? Actually, you know what? I probably am bad at action, because I suck at the Panic Talk action, and I suck at the Hangman's Gambit, too. You said you checked all the clocks inside the building, isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all the clocks have the wrong time?
What? All clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it. Oh, I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic. Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off? She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify about how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Okay, so it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Let's see, Kane's account, Fuyuhiko's account would be good too. Anything else? Alarm timer. I'm gonna go with maybe it's either one of their accounts because I think they both talk about it. If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on the clock in Nekomaru's radio clock. The time of death was literally 7:30 a.m. Yes.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only we heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue. Or his scream. He's not the type to let out a scream. If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Okay, so I got a little too into reading it, so now I'm having a hard time remembering the contradictions. But I want to see what the specific difference between Akane's and Fuyuhiko's account is. She heard the rumbling noise at 5:30, and he just mentioned that Nekomaru went down at 5. So I'm gonna grab Akane's account. And then I'm gonna jump to the noise that Sonia talked about on our time. Are there any clues? And sound when he fell. How about you? That does it. I'm making up for myself. Yay! I won't have to cut out over 20 minutes of this video and do the supercut of size. That's right, we should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise? Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell? Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound. We heard that noise too?
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well, that sound everyone heard. I did not hear it at all. Huh? You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping. I did not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off. I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning. Huh? You can tell? I instantly woke up and left my room. That's when I saw the clock in the lounge. Excellent work, Akane! If that rumbling sound was heard at 5:30, it's like the answer to how much time of us is literally right in front of me. 2 hours, easy enough. Because I couldn't quite remember offhand whether the sound was very soon after 5 when Fuyuhiko had saw him go down, or if it was at 5:30. Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours. 2 hours? That much? We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows, and there weren't any Monokuma announcements either. However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious, so they could lure out just Nekomaru. Lure out only Nekomaru? If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you'd definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means. Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is... must be the Tai Chi. Yeah, that's really about it. Goody. Okay. That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us? We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in morning.
Slow sidle.
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet! Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we had come to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez, that's... well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar, I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh? Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
His account of who was at Strawberry Lounge.
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about alarm?
Huh? Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, clock in Strawberry House Lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at time is prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Remember now. The sound was so loud, I couldn't help bolting from my room, but there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell. Who is it? Who's the bastard? It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Do we seriously point at Nagito? I mean, I'll go for it, but I know it's not correct. I just know it's not correct. The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right, Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though an alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something. What's going on? He is awfully quiet. If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
What do you mean, couldn't? What do you mean?
Huh! It's merely foolish to talk of the weak.
The talk of the week. Whatever.
Not only did I hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House, but I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. Except Chiaki. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so that's why I thought I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all. Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know? Think about the three of us who didn't hear a sound to have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
And we're going to have to figure it out in the next one. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.